welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley Estes. I blog at themountainviewcottage.net. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my fall inspired home tour that includes my dining room and my living room. Be sure to check out my bedroom, which I will link in the description of this video. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more farmhouse inspired DIY, decor, and organization videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. So to begin, let's talk about my absolute favorite piece of furniture in my entire house, which is this hutch you see right here. I found this on Craigslist probably 5 years ago now, and I got it in a set with a table and some chairs for $300. And it is by far my most favorite piece of furniture. I just love that it's so versatile and it has so much storage in it, but it's also really beautiful and has that farmhouse vibe that I love so very much. I painted it with Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint in the color green sack, which has a really soft gray undertone, and then it's obviously distressed and chippy, but it houses all of my ironstone, all of my pitchers. So the items displayed in the hutch pretty much stay the same year round, and then I just decorate around them from season to season because I do use these items when I'm entertaining or if we have a party or something, and so I like to have them accessible. But you can see that I have added some really pretty fall foliage here on this top shelf. These are just like picks and twigs and different things from Joann's. And then I think there's actually a couple that are also from Hobby Lobby last year, but you can probably still find them this year. I also got a bundle of like gourds and pumpkins that I set in there, which are really cute and perfect for fall. And Joann's always has great sales on their holiday foliage, usually at the very beginning of the season and also even better at the end. But I got all of it for 50% off. So if you're looking for some good fall decor foliage, Joann's might be the place for you. These two baskets here are from two different stores. The black one is from Home Goods. I want to say I got it for like $12, and then the white one is from Hay Needle. And then one of my favorite things to shop for at the thrift store are wooden rolling pins and wooden spoons. I collect these so that I can, you know, kind of sporadically place them as like basket fillers and things like that when I'm decorating a space. And they're just items that I really love, and they're also usually pretty dang affordable. I think the entire basket full of all these rolling pins and spoons was like less than $10. So something to keep an eye out for at the thrift store if you like farmhouse finds like I do. So let's head on over to the table. The table is also a bunch of beautiful fall foliage from Joann's as well. I picked these up the same days as I did all the pumpkins and everything else. And I just kind of used some of the things that I already had. So I had these really beautiful galvanized little buckets from the store Gable Lane. I will link them in the description. They are a wonderful online shop that sells farmhouse decor items. And so I just used these on some plates I already had, and then this little dark gray linen napkin that I got from my local Fry's or Kroger store. And then I just stuffed them full of all this fall foliage so that they were very fall inspired. And then this table runner, I'm gonna do a full tutorial on. It's super simple so that you can make one yourself. Also got the fabric at Joann's 30% off. Fall fabric flannel is on sale for them right now. And then in this center piece right here, I've had that center white piece probably about 5 years as well. I got it at the thrift store for like $2, and I just filled it with some pretty pumpkins and gourds and then more of the fall foliage, but I also added some more green into this one, so you won't see the green in all of the fall foliage that's on like these buckets and on the hutch, but I thought that it was a good accent for the centerpiece. If you're interested in this palette serving tray that is underneath the centerpiece, that I have a full tutorial for using palette wood. It's pretty affordable and it's a pretty easy project if you haven't done a ton of DIY, so I will link that for you guys. I just recently refinished these chairs a couple weekends ago. I had had them for the entire time I've had the hutch since they came as part of the hutch set. But I just had never gotten around to painting them because I was a little intimidated by all the spindles. So I finally painted them. It was not as terrible of a project as I had anticipated. And then I covered them with some grain sack some ticking stripe fabric from fabric.com. I will link for you guys if you're interested in that fabric. The table is also from Craigslist, and I just painted it in a flat latex paint, and then I used the polyurethane top coat to make sure that the top was sealed so that it would be sturdy for my family of 7, almost 7, to eat on it, and it would stay protected. Also, I'm realizing this is the first time I've done a video home tour since we redid our flooring. We redid our flooring in the spring. We had built this house as a spec home, so most of the house was framed when we bought it, but we got to pick out some of the finishing touches. It's our very first home, so we did not have a huge budget, and basically that meant that we just kept the builder grade flooring that it came with, which was linoleum and a really crummy carpet. And so we finally had that all ripped out this spring, and this is tile that is made to look like wood. And you guys, I can't even tell you how much I love and adore this flooring. We have it all throughout our entire first story, and then we also added it into the bathrooms that are upstairs. And it is super durable since it's tile. We live in Arizona, so it's really warm here, so it's cool, which I love. I cannot say enough good things about it. And not to mention, it was from Floor & Decor for, I want to say, 96 cents a square foot. You cannot beat that. I also have a tutorial, a full video tutorial on how we did this wainscoting, so if you're interested in that, I will link it too. And then we can move over into the living portion of this fall home tour. Next up, we have the living room in my fall home tour. So I started by making this humongous sign. I have several tutorials on my YouTube channel and my blog on how I make my signs. So if you want to see how I did that one, I used Miss Mustard Seeds milk paint, and I did a full tutorial on how to use milk paint for making signs for that sign right there. So you can follow the same tutorial to make this guy. If you're not into making signs, which I totally get, my sister-in-law and I collaborate on her Etsy shop a lot, and so she's actually selling this design in her shop in a smaller size. So basically I made my signs the way I always do, and then I used some leftover pallet wood that I had to frame it to give it a really chunky and rustic feel. And it's pretty much the focal point of this room, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. On either side of the sign, I have these pretty little vases that I got from the Magnolia store online, and then I filled them with some wheat looking fillers that I got from Hobby Lobby. The shelf, aka faux mantle, that this sign and these vases reside on, I also have a tutorial for. I did one in my guest bedroom if you're interested in making your own. It's a pretty easy DIY. Next up, we have this beautiful little end table. This is one of my favorite corners of the room just because it gets such gorgeous light from the window that's right next to it. I got the end table from my grandmother. It was an antique that she's had for many years, and I painted it with Amy Howard chalk paint in the color Bajas Buff. And then, like I mentioned earlier, this sign I have a full tutorial for so that you can make one if you're interested. The picture is from Magnolia Homes. This little guy is from a family member, that little picture, but you can find things like that at Goodwill all the time. And then this clock is the Mora clock from Gable Lane, who I mentioned earlier. And then I also have a pretty little compass clock that is an antique find from one of my family members. And then some books to add some height to that little picture right there in the middle. I was really feeling the neutral vibes this year for fall, so I stuck with some pretty neutral color palettes, including grays and warm golds, like you can kind of see with the sign. And then these are picks from Hobby Lobby that are wheat, and there's like a black and then regular gold color. And so I thought that they brought in those colors really well together. The books are also from Goodwill, and I've just taken the covers off them so they look a little bit more rustic and unrefined. All right, on to pillows. Pillows are one of my favorite things to decorate with, and it's usually where I start when I am decorating a room. And I collaborate with my sister-in-law. She owns the Etsy shop, Little Bits of Everything, and she makes the most gorgeous pillows and quilts, and she also makes signs now too. But we collaborated together on the looks in this room, and she executed everything and had most of the ideas, let's be honest. I love these little white, they're like a kind of a cream colored pillow, but she has taken leather and used it on the corner so they have more of a little bit of a masculine feel. And then this cotton stem fabric is just so perfect for fall. And of course plaid, you cannot go wrong with plaid during the fall. So I will link her shop if you're interested in any of these gorgeous pillows that she has made. Both of the throw blankets on the couch are from Hayneedle. So I will link those too so that you guys can get a peek at them if you're interested in adding some really simple tan throws to your sofa. The sectional is the Erktorp sectional from IKEA with the white covers. It comes with a lot of different color options. I picked the white because I really like that white, bright and airy look. But if you're not feeling like that's gonna work for your busy family, or if you have pets and you don't wanna deal with the white covers, there's tan and dark gray, but we really love this sectional a lot. And even though it is white, it washes up amazingly well. Once again, we have another rug from Rugs USA. I love these rugs. These natural fiber rugs just bring a lot of texture to the space, and as you can see, it really just reflects the light from the window, and it's just so beautiful. Love this rug. I've had it for 4 years now, and it has held up really well. Next up, we have this little end table. I got this from my grandmother, so it is another family heirloom, but you can find pieces like this on Craigslist and at the thrift store pretty frequently. I painted it in the color Trophy by Miss Mustard Seeds Milk Paint. Once again, my absolute favorite paint to use. And it has a marble top, which I like the contrast between the dark gray and then the marble top. It's a really great accent piece. The ironstone pitcher and basin are actual ironstone pieces. They came from an antique store. Rachel gave it to me for my birthday one year. It's my absolute favorite piece of ironstone, and it is featured in pretty much every home tour I've ever done because I love it so much. The branches are from Hobby Lobby. They are pussy willow branches, super simple, and they were light gray, so I felt like they kind of complemented the neutral tones that I was creating here in the space. The shawl slash, let's get it to focus, here we go, slash table runner I found at my local Goodwill for like $2, and it has great texture, and finding pieces like this are so great to layer with like on a table. So keep your eye out for those if you are thrift store hunting for farmhouse decor. The frame that is behind this picture right here has a mesh backing, and I have a full tutorial on how to create your own. Super simple and a great accent for a farmhouse decor in your home. That wraps up my fall home tour for the year. So this is my living and dining room. I love the way that these two spaces turned out and how they complement each other with the warm but also gray color tones. I feel like the plaid was really the great kind of base for the decor in this room, and then all the other accents just kind of play along with it. I love having a space that can easily transition from one season to the next without me feeling like I have to go out and buy a ton of new things. Some inexpensive pillow covers and some fall picks and stems are really all it took for me to redo this room for fall. It's also amazing how much you can accomplish if you're able to do some DIYs like I did with this sign. You can really transform a room on a really small budget, which is key for me because I have a budget that I'm working with, as I know many of you do too. Thank you guys so much for watching my fall home tour. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my fall home. I enjoyed putting this room together, and I will have everything linked in the description for you to be able to shop these looks as well. Thanks so much for watching.